Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's the Formula One podcast straight to the apex. The guys are here, they're talking F1, the race that's gone, the race that's to come, and everything in between. Before we start, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. Obviously the big one, the one we like the most, is share the podcast around. If you know someone who likes the Formula One, send this podcast their way. They will love it. Right, here we go. Let's get started. So this is CookieCast, straight to the apex.
And hello, this is apparently, I may have just done a Tony and shit my pants when I realised this, Season 4, Episode 3 of Straight to the Apex. I'm in the driver's seat this week. I am Jimmy / James Stainforth. In my pit crew, I have... I can't even think. I mean, Mark's kind of confused me because you're in a completely different area of your house and you aren't wearing a hat.
I know. I'm all over the place today. We were having work done left, right, and centre. I've been kicked out of the office. I'm in the kitchen. Forgot my hat, so I've gone for the hoodie instead.
We've still got some merch on, and obviously, Tony T-Dog. I've got a dog who thinks that he's Spider-Man climbing up walls. Rawson.
Hello, how we doing?
How are we doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, all right.
Good. Right. As always, straight away, massive thanks to CookieCast, Andy, and all the crew for, again, putting up with us. I would normally say putting up with me, but Mark actually went where I've always wanted to go, but haven't yet last week.
Don't remind me. I listened back and I was like, I can't believe I said that.
I hadn't listened yet, so I wasn't aware that Andy had left that in. Although the fact that Andy hadn't actually messaged us saying, guys, come on, should have known better. So
we haven't found the limit yet. So James is now Andy. You didn't shoot me down in flames for a certain reference. James has now seen that. Look at the grin on his face, and he's thinking, "Where can I go?"
Because what I thought was the limit wasn't the limit.
We're going up. We're going up.
I think the limit is referencing Sergio Perez as cute. That was my limit. That's when I checked out, to be honest.
Who said he was cute?
Barbara and whoever was on the last one. Barbara and Gavin, the couple that were on last time.
Right. Oh well.
Wow.
Apologies, Anna and Dean.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not
looking forward to you coming on to next week's episode, like me and Mark have already discussed with you as well. We will have a separate conversation with Tony beforehand, though.
Damn it. I was doing so well. It's only been 3 minutes in. Damn.
But yeah, so we're all here. So I think first things first, we always kind of do the news, and yeah, we've got to mention this one, and I'm sure you'll both agree. So it was news this morning. Literally got outside of my car on the way to work this morning and saw it pop up on my phone that Eddie Jordan passed away this morning.
Yeah.
So I would say that I wrote up a quick little thing about him just to give like a little summary. I didn't, because I used ChatGPT.
Nice.
Oh, you're so
nice.
That thing is class. I am not going to lie. I've put a couple of really good things together at work recently using that. I say I put it together. I just went on ChatGPT. I went, hey, You do, and it went whoosh.
You've got to type it in. You've got to type it in. So you've done something. You've done something.
When you win your next award at work,
It's just another way of delegating work. As a department head, if I am not delegating,
you're not doing your job.
genius.
So, Edward Joseph Jordan was born on March the 30th, 1948, and he's from Ireland. He was an F1 team founder, best known for the founder of Jordan Grand Prix, which competed in Formula One from 1991 to 2005. He had team success under his leadership. Jordan Grand Prix achieved considerable success, including the first and only win at the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix with driver Damon Hill. He was a driver himself. He did a brief racing stint in Formula 3 and 2 before moving to the management side of the sport. And he also raced in F1 as well, but his racing career was not as prominent as his team ownership, he says. Beyond racing, he was a savvy businessman, made a fortune through various business ventures, including his involvement in the music industry and other investments. And after selling his Formula One team to the Midland Group, which later became Spiker and eventually Force India, Jordan has remained a well-known commentator and pundit on Formula One, appearing on various television networks, especially the BBC. So yeah, we'd just like to pass on our appreciation, our love, everything else to Eddie Jordan and his family and the rest of the F1 family as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he managed Adrian Newey.
He did. He broke it.
So he brokered the deal to Aston Martin, yeah. So
I'm a little bit annoyed now because ChatGPT didn't tell me that.
Oh well, you can't rely on it for everything.
Did you know one of his drivers was Martin Brundle, and managed Martin Brundle.
Yep.
I think he won 5 races in the teams that he owned or something. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't very well, was he? Last year, he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. So, but yeah, you forget these things. I totally forgot until I read it. Tony this morning message. So, yeah, sad.
Well, it was Tony sent the message, and I think it was 30 seconds after I'd seen it pop up, and I think I was just about to message you too, and then I was like, oh, okay, at least we're all getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, sad. Very, very sad. It's sad in a way for me because that when he owned a team, that era was good, was great. It was like it wasn't Mercedes, it wasn't McLaren, it was the guys that owned the team. It was them. Their name was peak, was the top, was you'd know the team by the owner. It's very much now.
You were Williams, your Browns, your Jordans, yeah.
And it was a great time in F1 where I think, yeah, you could get away with a lot of engineering, but then you could really push the limits. And yeah, I think listening to TalkSport this morning, where there was a guy on, I can't remember his name, something Allen, a journalist.
You sure? Because you didn't get Anna and Dean's name right, so you sure it was Alan?
No, it was only like a few hours ago.
Gareth or Gavin.
Yeah,
maybe. And he said, bollocks, what did he say? Half the engineers now that were on his team or in that era are now lead engineers elsewhere. The most famous one being Adrian Newey. So it's just, sad times, isn't it? You can't think about it too much and delve into it too much because it just fucking gets you down, doesn't it? Shit. But, yeah. End of an era. I wonder what they'll do this weekend. I wonder if they'll do anything about it. I hope they do.
I was going to say there'll be a thing about it. I mean, there'll probably be like a minute silence or something stupid like that after the national anthems, and you'd like to think there's something done.
I saw someone today say that Aston Martin should run like a Jordan's colours scheme. I was like, they ain't got a lot of time considering sprint quali is in morning. So I don't think they're going to bring a livery out for Jordan. But yeah, like you say, they'll probably do the minute of silence and mention.
What was the Jordan livery? I can't actually.
Well, it was bright yellow and black, wasn't it? That was one of them. I think it started as like a green and black. I'm sure it was green and black. But
Yeah, it went to a bit of a green and blue, but it was yellow and black.
yeah, I mean I loved that car. Absolutely loved it. It had was it a wasp on it? I'm sure it was a cigarette brand.
Yeah, because somebody said it was Benson and Hedges.
Yes.
And I'm sure he owned one of the teams was called Spike, wasn't it? What he owned? And,
Spiker.
Yeah. Did you also know? I didn't know this, and they said it touched it on TalkSport. He raised millions for children's cancer. I didn't know this. It was something or other. He bought houses or helped invest in houses around Great Ormond Street so that families that had children that were going through God knows what could stay around the hospital and stay together.
Wow.
And supposedly that was millions. I didn't know that. I didn't know his charity work. And supposedly he did a lot. So sad times. But yeah, no. End of an era, legend. British racing, yeah. Sad.
Yeah. So this is awkward now because it's like, how the hell do I move from this to right, lads, have we got any more news kind of thing? It's just
I mean, usually you joke and you can't really joke after that, but I thought it was a really nice moment of silence gesture there.
It was. It was a nice break.
Lovely.
McLaren, the
oh fuck it.
Fuck it, right, we moved on. McLaren, the
news?
FIA have cracked down on the deflecting rear wings, and McLaren are saying it's not directed at us, so they reckon they can. They'll be untouched this weekend, but there's pictures that have come out that again have got massive gaps in the rear wing, aren't they? Like a double DRS, and Norris come out and said the rule change won't affect them.
Yeah, but the FIA has even turned around and said we did tests before Australia. We found no issues with any of the cars whatsoever, but we're going to do this anyway.
I know. Are they just closing that loophole that we mentioned last week? Like, I think it was you, James, that, guys are employed to read the rules and regs, find a loophole. Is it a loophole that they've closed now that they can open up?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out this weekend, won't we? To see how McLaren are. If there's no real change or anything else like that, then fucking happy days. Fuck you, Max. But no, how else? Tony, you got anything else or? Yeah, good chat.
Yeah, I was trying to get. I did save something on my phone because I literally print screen I go through social media, and if there's anything F1 interesting, then I'll print screen it. But yeah, introduce a new technical directive this weekend aimed at addressing the use of the mini DRS. Yeah, they're gonna hit it hard, aren't they? So it's typical bullshit, isn't it? I mean, moving from that, George Russell said about the McLaren quote, I think their car is definitely capable of winning every race. Their car should win every race, but I don't think they will win every race this year. Let's see. The gap they will have this year on everybody is bigger than Red Bull has ever had. But when Max was in the car, he was pretty reliable. Every single lap he did, every single run in Q3 throughout qualifying, he never really a question. So I do think they're miles ahead.
I think the only thing that keeps them somewhat in contention is Max overdriving the Red Bull. But I think if it was fully dry in Australia last weekend, he'd have burnt his tyres out because he burnt the inters out trying to keep up with Piastri and Norris. So the pace is there in a Red Bull. under Max's guidance, but he's having to overdrive it and literally probably use the tyres doubly as quick, whereas Norris and Piastri are just gliding round. I do think it's going to be a while till they close the gap.
I honestly think if McLaren can do enough damage at the start of the season,
Yeah.
they've pretty much got it. And let's face it, everyone knows Norris is the Bucky's favourite. You've got to back McLaren to be the constructors again, just based on last year solely. But yeah, we'll just let's see what happens in China. If it's a dry race, the only time Max was really any type of threat was when it rained.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you said, and that's because he could keep the Inters cool by driving into puddles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he was burning them tyres out. In other news, Lawson has now been dismissed. He is no longer a Red Bull driver.
What?
Well, no, he's fine at the moment, but I reckon if I just say this every week, in about 3 weeks, I'll be right anyway.
Yeah, I mean, dropping Sergio Perez really worked out for him this weekend, didn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you feel he's a bit of an arrogant twat?
Yeah, but I think that's the reason why he was chosen over Yuki.
Yeah.
Because he's
similar.
Did you hear Helmut Marko's comments regarding Yuki and the Racing Bulls during the week?
No.
I don't know if I want to hear this, but yeah, go for it.
If the racing currently he thinks the Racing Bull is a faster car than the Red Bull, and if the trend does prove that this season, Max will go back to Racing Bulls to give him the best chance to win.
So, in other words, I'm just going to take the opportunity away from someone who's already in Racing Bull.
Yeah.
Because I'm a racist prick.
And I can do what I want because I've got 4 seats in Formula One to pick and choose what to my benefit. So
that's just fucking genuine bullshit. That I'm sorry. That's no. Your precious boy Max is fucking struggling to win a race, but then your B team are doing better and could potentially, Yuki's sitting there going, I'm getting really good points here. You're just going to take that away from Yuki?
I really hope he outscores Lawson in every race.
Oh, I do. It'll be fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah, because it'll be the biggest fuck you. And like, don't get me wrong, Yuki hasn't been spectacular, but he's been the best one in that second team for a couple of years now. And they just don't give him a chance. And what's the excuse? They're running out of excuses.
Yeah, I just no, I don't like that at all. No. I just think that's wrong, but it's all right because they'll just reopen the Nuremberg cases and that'll be the end of Helmut Marko.
I'm surprised. Maybe we're going a bit of a diversion here, but how the fuck is he still there? Like, how the fuck's he lasted this long? Like, it's 2025 and that guy he's said some dodgy shit. Like, some real dodgy shit. Like, anywhere else, he would have been, like, slowly put in a corner and then pushed out. Like, how is he still there?
He's got some type of power or naked photos of someone. He's got to have. He's got to have.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
He's got to have, because like you say, what's he bringing? I mean, his whole Red Bull job is to bring on talent and young drivers and have a big pool for, let's be honest, 3 seats because Max has got 1. That's his whole job. What is he bringing to the table? It's almost like Max was his last creation. Then he's gone, oh yeah, struggling to find anyone else. Just put these kids in. They're scrambling. like you say, Lawson. Don't get me wrong, it's only race 1. Not the greatest start. Yuki, they don't like him for whatever reason. Marco's probably a bit like you, Tony. He doesn't like certain countries in the world.
A strong opinion. Did you mean that?
Maybe.
He's not an idiot like me. Come on.
Might be. You don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know him. And the other guy that's backing up Yuki, how long is he going to last? That Hadjar.
His reaction after what he did, we'll touch on, spoke volumes, and it'll be really interesting to see how he does. Really interesting.
Really. Yeah, there was a lot on the back of what happened to him this weekend, which we'll touch on shortly.
Yeah. We'll speak a bit more about his reaction. So you're saying that Helmut is like like Family Guy, yeah?
Yeah.
And you've got Herbert and Family Guy. You're saying that Helmut's like that for Red Bull. Is that what you're saying?
Let's go with yes.
Okay.
Well, you know what? And at the moment, I'm seeing that episode of Family Guy where it's like some kind of cult, and he is the leader of that cult.
Get back in the shower and get my lollipop.
The ice cream truck. Come down here, kids.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Bullshit! You've watched Family Guy.
I've watched Family Guy. I've not watched. I've watched a bit of Family Guy, but I've not watched loads of it. So yeah, I know. Shocking.
No, that was literally staple. Like you close your eyes, you go to sleep, but you watch Family Guy, then you close your eyes, then you go to sleep every night.
That is my routine. I go to bed, I brush my teeth.
BBC 3.
Yeah, nowadays it's Disney Plus. Stick on the next episode of Family Guy. So I'm going to watch this one all the way to the end, and within 30 seconds,
asleep.
Great.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris, why are you coming here?
Got some real little curves there, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, Max. You gonna win the race for us today?
Mate, you need to watch Family Guy.
I need to get some time. And obviously, I need to watch Family Guy.
Come on, Liam, come to the Red Bull.
Right, look, all I will say is Herbert has a crush on Peter's son called Chris.
I know Chris is. There's Meg, Chris, Brian the dog.
So Herbert has a crush on Chris. So now just watch the Star Wars specials of Family Guy.
Right. Done.
And
they're great as well.
Herbert is Obi-Wan. Chris is Luke. And honestly, they do justice to the Star Wars films. They get every little detail. And
Perfect combination.
Yeah.
Perfect combination.
I'll watch it.
Perfect. Legendary combination. Anyway.
Back to Formula One, which is the actual topic of this podcast. So what was we talking? Right, rookies. There's only one rookie really that did well this week. Every single rookie, other than Antonelli, has just had an absolute nightmare. I mean,
where do you want to start?
Herman crashed. God knows how many times.
I mean, the race was at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. You peel yourself up, you turn it on, you watch the starting credits. Everyone fucks off. The starting theme. They finally start off on their fucking formation lap, and then boom, he's in the barrier, and it's like, for fuck's sake.
But they've all had spins. I mean, Lawson destroyed the bloody car in quali.
Yeah, he did.
So much so that the amount of repairs they had to do, I can't remember if it was the power unit or the gearbox, or maybe even both, but he then had to start the race from the pit box.
Yeah. Behrman as well, wasn't it? Behrman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Behrman went out on the formation. It was Hadjar, wasn't it? Went out on the formation.
Hadjar went on the formation.
Yeah.
Doohan dropped it. not far into the race, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then as did Sainz, literally on the same lap.
Sainz did it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But his was a massive power surge, apparently.
Well, he said that, but then Brundle made a point as well. He said, but the thing is as well, he said, in the wet, as soon as your tyres lose grip, they will spin, and spinning quickly, well, much, with less friction, it does give the engine that kind of rev, so it can make you think power set. We'll never know. Was there a power surge? Was it just a case of he'd lost grip?
He planted his foot when he shouldn't have done on a wet. I mean, it was a tricky track. It was tricky conditions. They had no clue what was going on. They didn't know. I mean, we'll probably obviously speak about the race later, but like Ferrari up to Ferrari tricks, it's going to rain for one lap, is it? It's not going to rain now. It's going to go close to the circuit, but not on the circuit. So it's going to hit the end of the circuit. And then Lewis was almost like, he's pissing it down. Like, I thought, it's only 2 laps. It's level 1 or level 2 rain or level 3. Fuck me, make your mind up. Like, how many variations of radar is there?
I'd love to know what the levels are as well. I mean, is level 1 worse than 2, or is 3 worse than 2, or?
I think level 1 is what we would call spitting everybody in. It's spitting.
Get in, it's spitting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that like? There was one where it was like Hamilton literally goes, "Is it going to rain?" And they go, "No, it's not going to rain. Probably not. Maybe. Could rain actually, but it could still rain." It was like, what the fuck?
I was going to say, I mean, Ferrari did pretty much just.
Shit.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd lost you both then, but it's just like Mark's very still up. But then I saw you blink. Yeah, Ferrari just went back to old ways, didn't they? I mean, the comments from the pit crew. I mean, there's also the conversation that Leclerc had. Like, is there a leak?
That's a legendary one.
There's a lot of water in the cab of this car, and they went, "Oh yeah, that might be the water." Like, right? Yeah. Let's put that in the words of wisdom. Then, shall we?
Definitely laughed. I think everyone laughed out loud then. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. I was half asleep. And I picked up on that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I got excited when Lewis was P1. And I was like, they've done it here.
They did look good. They did look good. I think the only thing that really hit them was the weather conditions at times, but the hesitancy towards the end of the race when they're like, "No, let's stay out." Yeah, no, let's stay out. And then after a while going, "Yeah, okay, box." But by then everybody else had already done it and they're already flying off, and it's like, and Hamilton, he came out and he went, "Where am I? You 9th or whatever it was," and he went, "Guys."
It just went beep.
Yeah, beep.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that, does he? Come on, we've known him long enough now.
You know what? Let's put it down to first race. Let's see what the next couple of races bring, and
okay,
I'll have a better idea of the season.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I disagree. I massively disagree. Like the car's not. They've gone back to that push rod, pull rod, or whatever because they've maxed it out. So they've gone backwards. They've got a new driver who's massively hyped. The pit wall is shit. Let's just say it's shit. It's confusing. It's shit. They're not. How can you say that they're going to compete with the likes of McLaren, who have got 2 probably of the youngest and best drivers?
Whoa. I never said they was going to compete with McLaren.
Okay, so are they going to compete with Red Bull and Max Verstappen? I don't think so. Do you think they're going to compete with Mercedes?
Yeah.
I don't think they will. I think Leclerc might. I can't see that. I just can't.
So we'll know more after the next 2 races, I think.
Yeah.
Because then we can get the bugs out the way. We've got to admit we can't watch Australia. I mean, I know we're not doing our predictions yet. I don't think I'm changing my predictions from Australia to China.
I think you're a brave man if you're picking Ferrari, and I think you're an even braver man, which is why we have our Ferrari man on the podcast. If you were supporting Lewis, because I think you're going to be disappointed.
Have you jumped off the bandwagon already? Because
I've
I'm
given up.
sure
I've given up.
No,
James-
he's seen the scores of the predictions, realised he's got the lead, so he's like, "Oh, I'm the fucking guru now."
I'm
yeah.
not saying that. I don't want to be disappointed. I just don't want to be disappointed. I know he's going to do it. I know he's going to do it.
You jumped on the Aston Martin wagon, so you're definitely going to be disappointed. Where's your money at, Tony? What cap are you going to be wearing next week?
Good question.
I refuse to buy a McLaren cap. I just refuse.
Why?
Refuse.
They are a prestigious team.
They are.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come on. You know you want to say it. They are a prestigious team.
I can't support Red Bull and Max Verstappen on that absolute.
Good. You're not a bigger C-bomb as I thought you was. That's all
again,
right.
Anna last week. I mean, I give it to him. Yeah, but I don't know how you can. I did it for a joke. I put on a Max Verstappen Red Bull top for a joke. That is as close as you're going to get. It's like the Euros in football. It's like the Euros are happening in football, yeah. And you support. You're English, let's say, and you support France because they've got really good players. Exactly. That silence says it all. Like it's just what?
I still want to go back to your comment about the Red Bull hat. Sorry, your Red Bull top. Because you didn't just put.
I wore it for a joke, and I put the hat on as well. Actually.
Yeah. You walked in to some small sole trader business.
Family.
He was probably the only person who walked in his shop that day. You put on every item that said Red Bull. Socks, underwear, shorts, a top, a hat, gloves. You even had sunglasses on. All of it. And he was like, I'm going to feed my family for a week. They're not have to eat lettuce water like Charlie Bucket did or anything else like that. I won't have to sell one of my kids this weekend so that the rest can survive. And then he just took it all off after taking a picture and went, yeah, it was just for the bants, mate.
Yeah. He's had to close that shop. Yeah. He's shut.
Down 2 days later.
He's heartbroken. He's shut the shop.
Shout out Castor in Sheffield. Meadowhall.
You know, it was based in Sheffield.
I can't remember the guy's name, but
shock.
If you're listening and watching,
how disrespectful.
I can't remember many names. I'm really bad with names. Very bad with names.
You don't say. I'm surprised you remember Man and James's.
Yeah. Poor old Keith and Deirdre from last week, you know, they're just traumatized with you forgetting their names.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Shock.
If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Williams will be up there.
They look good.
That's the rest. Alex Albon. Oh, Alex Albon. Sainz.
Albon. They might be a sneak. I mean, we said fifth, didn't we? But yeah, there might be a strong fifth.
Very strong. Very strong.
There's a lot of changes that are being made apparent from Australia, and we'll probably start getting sense on the next couple of weeks. Like I keep touching on, let's look at the next few races. But yeah, Williams look good. McLaren look very good. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to be close. I think it's going to be one of the closest seasons, but I think McLaren are going to do very well. I think they're
Well,
quite clever.
let's face it. At one point, they had a 15-second lead
Yeah.
on Max. They was 15 seconds ahead of Max. And the only reason that gap got closed up was because of a safety car.
Yep.
And then the weather changed.
Yep.
So yeah.
The only thing that worries me about McLaren is, okay, the drivers are very good. They're still relatively young, and that mistake, which we'll probably touch on the race, basically just opened the fucking door to calamity.
I think their biggest issue probably is going to be, but across the full team, probably not the drivers. I would say more that the pit crew. Sorry, not the pit crew, but the back wall kind of thing, because they were still undecisive about what they do when Piastri started closing that gap.
Yeah.
I was like, just hold it off. It was getting really close. And then as soon as I think Piastri had just hit a curb or something, and that gap suddenly widened between the two, then they just went, "Yeah, you can race now." So what? It's got away. Come on, but
that's going to be the downfall of McLaren. If they're as strong as George Russell predicts, that is going to be their downfall, because Piastri doesn't give, and neither will Norris.
I hope it's that kind of look. They just do what Mercedes used to do, and it's that kind of, you know what, race.
Yeah.
But as soon as one of you are in contention,
it's done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, because of Piastri spinning off, it does give Norris a really good edge already. I mean, he's got 20, 25 points he gets for the win.
Yeah, no fastest lap anymore.
And I think Piastri came with 2 points, was it?
7th.
Yeah. He got a couple of overtakes near the end.
He managed to get a couple in at the end, but that's still quite a big gap. And that is going to kind of be reliant now on Norris having some kind of, without sounding awful, Piastri episode soon.
Well, that helped him out, didn't it? That helped him out. But
oh god, yeah.
Zach on the wall, when Sky was speaking to him, he was like, "Let's go racing." So
that was as soon as that gap appeared between the two again.
He was speaking to Sky as soon as he went off, and he hit the gravel and brought the gap out again.
And then he went, "Let's go racing." It's like, come on.
Ooh, that's really convenient. It's just happened. So if they're going to race, it's inevitable, isn't it, that they're going to touch?
Yeah.
Crash?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So
I think so.
Interesting.
Aye. What do you reckon then, guys? Quick break.
Yeah.
And then we'll just chat some more shit.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Well, lads, I'll see you shortly.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yeah, you that's listening right now. Thanks very much for tuning into this episode of Straight to the Apex, the Formula One podcast from CookieCast. If you're enjoying this episode, why not like, share and subscribe? Whilst you're there, feel free to check out some of the other podcasts that CookieCast has to offer. If you like football, we've got a football podcast. NFL more your thing? Then the Laces Out podcast is for you. Maybe even a little bit of the wrestling. Just look for the Getting Over podcast on CookieCast. Maybe you want to listen to Andy's Darkest Timeline. It's there too. So, the F1 boys have probably got themselves a drink. It's time to get back to the action.
And unlike some children who holiday in Portugal, we are back. What's even better is, I didn't even tell Matt, I only thought of it in the break. Where can I go with this?
Oh.
I'm saying it now, that is the greatest start to a part 2.
And it is. And do you know what? I brought it on myself. I can't be embarrassed. Well done, James. That's the best start to a second half.
You know what?
Honest
For
to
me,
God.
if we was going to compare this to food, that is more of an amuse-bouche. And just like an amuse-bouche, it is very amusing.
But
Ba-dum-dum. More to
feel like
come,
you brought
folks.
it
You need
back.
to listen to this full season to see my entire catalogue.
I feel
It's
like
not
I
the
brought
greatest.
this on myself. I can't defend it. I brought it on myself. Season 4 is the season.
The question now really is, who is going to outlast the other, me or Lawson?
You know what would be incredible,
We
right?
don't know.
Absolutely incredible. If they actually found her. That'd, honest to God, that'd be up that news. If the news broke, it would be up there, if
Yeah.
not with the Queen episode. That's all I'm saying.
She's hid under the same bed as Shannon Matthews. It's all fine.
Jesus Christ. Those of you that don't know that, I don't.
Oh.
It's got my head, thank fuck.
Well,
Thank
I
God.
can't remember the Shannon Matthews thing.
Oh,
Was it Shannon
God, I
Matthews?
can. And Andy, is this a level? Just checking.
Wasn't she brutally murdered and like horrifically like
No. So Shannon. I can't remember the name of the girl, but it's more known for Shannon Matthews, which was the mother. So she made this massive deal. My daughter's gone missing. Help me, blah blah. It went nationwide. It was all over the TV. Everything.
Oh, and didn't they find her in
And
like
then
somebody
after
a
about
relative's
2 or
loft?
3 days, they'd got her to hide underneath. Was it her uncle's? She'd gone to her uncle's or something and hidden under the bed
Yeah.
there or something stupid like that. It was all just put together just to try and make money.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Fucking hell.
This was all. I think this was all around the same time.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Well, really fucking scary. And yeah, just bring it a bit more serious. I've just seen a clip of Jake Humphrey from BT Sport was worked with Jordan, BBC 5, BBC F1 coverage. He worked with Jordan and he's done an interview. Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it. Watch it. Fucking hell. It's fucking home. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like,
No, not yet.
It sounds like he touched a lot of people. Touched a lot of people's lives, and it was a real.
Do not pause there. Do not pause there.
I had to pause.
Like he was a genuine guy, like a nice guy. Opinionated, but
very.
F1.
He was very cutthroat. He said what he thought. He had no filter, Eddie Jordan. One of the last commentators probably to ever be like that, because let's be honest, we ain't going down any routes where you're allowed to say what you feel now, are you? So,
well, let's face it. I mean, 5 minutes ago, I've just blown any chance I had of being a commentator on Sky Sports F1.
That's true.
Very, very true. Very, very true. But we love you, James, and that's why we'll stick by you.
Oh, cheers, guys. And if, Danica Patrick wants to go out of a job or anything, he needs someone to fill a spot, I also believe in lizard people.
Oh, dear God.
I mean, we're never gonna get a sponsorship. I was hoping one day we would, but
we could do. Could get sponsored by Jimmy Carr, Chubby Brown.
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah.
Hitler. I don't
know. Who? I didn't hear that. I did not hear that, and I think it's a good job I did not.
A good job. 4 strokes in the last 5 minutes.
Again, I've brought it all on myself. I've got no one else to blame but me, James. So carry on.
Really?
Well, yeah. After last week, I've opened the door. I've burst through that door and allowed you to be.
What's pink and gathers dust?
Go on.
No, you fucking filthy-minded bastards. It's not that. It's Esteban Ocon's helmet.
Jesus Christ!
Right.
Please don't ever do stand up. Never do stand up. Never. I'm not coming. I'm not supporting you with that.
Well, no,
I
I mean,
don't
Mark's
support some of
already-
the comments you've made already, but it is what it is. How can we bring this back to F1?
I'd
I mean,
say
I-
normally the lead steers it, but the lead is the one that's steering it
I
away.
know,
So
that's
we're in a
what
bit
I'm
of
trying
trouble
to.
here.
I'm trying to.
So,
Thank
the
God.
race weekend, our first race weekend.
Yeah.
Awful one because it was early wake ups.
Yep.
Always great to start, your Formula One season by having to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch a race.
But did you?
No,
I
6
fucking did.
o'clock.
I fucking did.
What a guy. What time
So
were you
I-
in bed? 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, it was a hard day. Let's just say that it was, and I sleep during races. Fucking hell, I must have missed half that race. I swear to God.
so you got up at 4 o'clock to watch the race because you didn't want to
Well,
miss it.
When Hadjar fucking crashed, I was like, oh no, no. And then but I suppose all what happened in the race really kept me awake quite well, actually.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad of it because it was a fairly exciting race. I mean, if that had sent you to sleep, we'd be in
Quality.
trouble.
Quality race. If only every
Considering we
race was
don't
like that.
normally really enjoy Australia, it's that kind of you like it. You like that it's at the start of the calendar and everything else like that. But at the same time, we always come away and it's like, God, it's just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
not
can't
normally
believe-
that much of an interesting race, and it was the weather that made it.
It
was-
was.
But on the Saturday, it was like 30 odd degrees in the high 30s. And then on Sunday, it was an absolute washout. It was like, what? Wow.
Even the expat Brits and the convicts that we sent over to Australia still don't get all the good weather.
And Martin Brundle did say purchase again.
Did he?
Remind everybody.
No.
I've still never heard him say this.
I didn't hear him say it. When did he say purchase? Was
I
you
think
asleep?
when
he said it?
Sainz crashed. No, no, no. It was when Sainz crashed, and he said it. I swear. Because it was like that meme of Wilf, completely different thing. Wolf of Wall Street. That meme, where he's sat on his thing and he goes like whistles.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Anyway, just let everyone know about that. But yeah. Can you tell me any other Formula One drivers that had a mishap in their debut?
Can we go for the easy ones first, like Latifi, Stroll?
On their on debut. On
Yes.
debut.
Grosjean's got to have crashed on his debut.
No, I've not got that. Not got him.
I thought he was about to say no. I don't actually know. I was just wondering if you guys did. I was
No,
actually going,
I do know. Sorry.
What a complete waste of our time.
oh, that's a really shit section of the podcast. People listen to this going, oh, I'm going to find out what it is.
somebody very famous, somebody you hear most weeks, somebody who is also in the bin driver.
In the what driver?
Latifi Stroll level type driver.
That's still racing now?
Oh no. Oh no. Going back a good 20, 30 years. But there was, somebody in that Latifi.
Please
Stroll
enlighten us. I got a clue.
3 years ago. Russian.
Mate, you said 30 years ago a minute ago.
No, I've got the names of like a driver that was 30 years ago.
Oh, right,
But
okay.
this driver was like 4 years ago.
It was good,
Kvyat.
No, I've got Nikita Mazepin.
Okay.
Bahrain, lap 1:10.3.
Who was the one 20 odd years ago? Come on.
Yeah.
But
You're
30 odd years ago, it was a young Michael Schumacher in the Belgian GP, 1991, lap 1:10.3.
Well, who was he anyway?
Nah, I don't know. Some guy.
Some guy.
Karun Chandok,
Karun Chandok, yeah, he's
2010, Bahrain, lap 2.
nice.
Yeah.
Felipe Massa and
spot.
Alan McNish, 2002 Australia GP, lap 1:10.1. Just to name a few guys, so it can happen. But why did he get so upset? Why did he get so upset?
Who got so upset?
Hadjar.
This is what we wanted to touch on, wasn't it? And it is genuinely going to be that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Debut race, you never really want to have anything happen like that on your debut race, but I think it's worse when you are in one of them cars. And when I say one of them cars, I mean a Red Bull car.
I think pressure's on. I think pressure is on straight away. 100%. Yeah.
He probably got out of that.
He just lost a line.
Lawson. I made that joke about Lawson after he spun and crashed and everything, so well, that's him fired. But Hadjar probably did that and genuinely thought, I'm fired.
Yep.
And that just shows how cutthroat Red Bull is. And I know Lewis Hamilton's dad said, I just saw him, I saw he was upset, and I just wanted to cheer him up. But we all know the real reason Lewis Hamilton's dad wanted to cheer him up, and he knew exactly why the kid was upset. Not just because he had a shitter for his first race, but because he had a shitter for his first race, and Helmut Marko is probably already writing up his P45.
Yeah.
Herbert Marko.
Yeah. Adolf, Herbert, whatever.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Grim.
Yeah.
Genghis.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I'm reading into this too much. Maybe we all are. I don't know if other people are. I just thought, yeah, you're embarrassed, you're upset. It's your first race. It's on the formation lap, but I just thought there was a little bit more in them tears, and it was a feeling of like that was one of your two lives gone, or that was something in your contract that you've just honoured, and you might not be here for long. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm reading this that too much. I've fucked up there, and they're gonna come for me. I don't know. I really don't know. Initially, I thought it was a bit sincere embarrassment, but the more you think about it, maybe I'm overthinking. It just felt like,
Fuck it. Red Bull are renowned for it.
Mm.
They genuinely are. So much so that pretty much, I mean, we said it most of last season. You can guarantee every other F1 podcaster out there was saying it last season as well. How the fuck is Perez still in that car? Because Albon, Sainz, Gasly, Ricciardo, they all got shat on. Albon is only just looking good again.
Yeah.
Gasly is only just looking good again. Ricciardo never got over it. He was never the same after that point.
Nope.
And everyone wants to race for Red Bull. They genuinely do. If you're an F1, if you're an up and coming driver looking at an opportunity at F1, you want Red Bull. You genuinely do. But you also know for a fact, I make a mistake and I'm pretty much fucked.
Yeah. It's high pressure and at 200 mile an hour, going lap after lap after lap on a difficult track. It's pressure that they just can't have. I mean, look at the other end of the scale. Antonelli. No pressure, really. Toto said he's got no pressure on him this year. Class. Absolute. I mean, Dean's comments were, out of all of them, he's the one he'd least heard of, and he watched F2. And look at him.
He likes the rain, though. He does. He don't mind the rain. He's quite good at the rain. I've heard.
He's quite funny as well. Did you see the interview with him? And they said, "Oh, which of the rookies are you really wanting to race? And he turned around and went, Alonso.
No.
Yeah. And the commentator, the person doing the interview didn't get it. She's like, no, Alonso's not a rookie. And he goes, yeah, he is. He is. He's a rookie.
Hey, he surprised me with that crash. Did not see that coming.
Have you seen the video though? He slipped on some gravel that was kicked up by a car in front of him. So that got under his tyres and his treads, and that's what spun him off. Yeah. I was surprised when he went off, but watching that video, you can see he just touches the gravel that's just been spit and he's off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're not really going to. We've kind of touched on the race throughout this episode. It's been an interesting format this week for once.
Yeah.
So let's go with first impressions. I think that's better to talk about because it's a difficult one to talk about with it being the first race, but we can get first impressions from it.
Well, go on then, hit me with the topic of that race, and I'll give you my first impression.
Okay, so my first impressions for this season from that race, McLaren are going to storm it.
They have things, yes, they have things on the car that some other people don't know about, and it'll come to fruition. But yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, I think McLaren are going to storm it.
They can only stop themselves.
Mercedes are looking pretty feisty.
It's took them, the whole of this season, if you want, of this era, to actually get a decent car.
I am almost tempted to say that Red Bull will not be in the top 3 constructors.
Really?
Yeah. I can't imagine McLaren getting the constructors, and then it's genuinely a toss-up between Ferrari and Mercedes. But I think Mercedes may just pip it.
I don't have confidence in him for the full season. I think that was a bit of a one-trick pony.
Here's a question then for you, Mark. Mm-hmm. Do you have more confidence in Ferrari after the first race, Ferrari, than Mercedes?
Mercedes? No, I don't. No, I have more. Yeah, I have more confidence in Mercedes than Ferrari after race 1. Yeah. Yeah. You've called me. I'm getting my Mercedes hoodie out of the loft as we speak, just in case.
This is the moment he stands up and he takes and he pulls his Ferrari pants down.
Jesus!
Wow.
And reveals his Mercedes.
Oh, there we go. And under them, I've got McLaren.
I think. Yeah, I just think Ferrari are going to fuck it up. I think Ferrari are going to fuck it up. I didn't hear that, but thank God.
I didn't hear that, but then I just saw the hand action, and I don't think I want to hear it. So you carry on, Tony.
I'll just keep talking. And Ferrari are going to fuck it up. That was just that. What was the pit wall doing? It was shocking. It was shocking. Hit K1. Fucking Lewis just telling him to shut the fuck up. Leclerc was basically laughing in his car about the water scenario. Should they have stayed on hards? I agree with Crofty. I thought they should have done, but I know Brundle, he's been in the car, he knows what it is. I think for pure entertainment, I would have liked to have seen them stay out on hards, but they were in that position again because they fucked up. They were just 2 steps behind everybody else. So if that's going to continue, then I really do see Mercedes, because all you need is Antonelli just getting the odd good result.
He had a terrible qualifying, didn't he? That's my only question mark on him. He had a terrible qualifying. I'm not going to say he got lucky in the race, because he did make some good moves. He made a move on Hülkenberg, and then they replayed it, and Brundle was like, oh, that's a replay. No, it'd gone off pretty much straight after taking over Hülkenberg and did the same move. He got lucky with the weather and the safety car and all that. Russell was absolutely nowhere. He was cut off. The McLarens had gone. Red Bull was on his own. Russell was nowhere to be seen. Albon was holding up Lewis. Leclerc was behind Russell somewhere. I still think Ferrari had a decent car, but Australia's a street circuit. China's more of a track. Let's see. I still think Ferrari and Mercedes, I think, are neck and neck.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be much in them, I don't think.
No. McLaren are numero uno, and they've got such a gap. Like James said, it's going to be Red Bull-esque. If they can win the first 8, 9, 10 races, whoever wins more out of Norris and Piastri will probably set themselves up for the title.
Yeah.
But
Anything.
if they're going to crash into each other, who's going to be fared all the time?
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and what worries me, he's a proven winner. Yeah, he's a 4-time world champion. He could argue he's probably the best driver on the grid.
I think Australia kind of proved it because, like I say, he outperformed that car. To hang on for even 15 laps with the McLarens, yes, we've said he was going through his tyres like nobody's business, but to physically hang on in a car that's not as good proves his class. It really does.
Yeah.
Brazil last year, you can't forget Brazil last year. That guy started
17th,
I think it was.
And he can nail quali. He can hang on to a lead. He can chase a lead. He can go through the field. Brazil being the biggest one. He can do it in the rain. Yeah.
The guy is genuinely like a cat when you drop him.
Yeah, he is.
You drop a cat to land on the feet every time. And every time you see Max spin on the track, for one, fucker never comes off the track. For two, he is always facing the right way when it stops spinning.
Yeah.
Every single time.
He even did, and I can't remember what corner it was, but it might have been one of the restarts. Piastri. Oh no, it was off the start. It was the very first start. Obviously, Norris got away. Piastri got away. Norris kind of cut Max off because Max was absolutely flying off the start. He was going to dart in between the two McLarens. Lando saw it, cut him off, and then I think it was turn 1, then turn 2. He went wide right, and I was, what's he doing? He was so far off the racing line, and he gets on that rubber, and he picked the grip up, and he just went round Piastri like he wasn't even there, and he was up into second. Like, holy fuck, that's a Red Bull that we're just calling. He was up to second on a piece of track that he had no right to overtake on.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a really good point because you're going to see that a lot this season.
Yep.
You're going to see him pull some crazy moves.
And you know what? It sound awful, but I hope it does. I hope we see.
And you know what? If he wins it, I'll call it now, right? If Max Verstappen wins the title this year and gets 5 in a row, I reckon this year will probably be his best win. Because the battle's so hard against so many things. It could be his best win.
But I think this year we will probably see the Max Verstappen of 2020.
The racer, not someone that's in a car that's clear 10, 15, 20 seconds.
But also the kind of stunts that he pulled. I mean, everyone said it was Hamilton this, and Hamilton himself was like, guys, this guy is genuinely fucking dangerous. You know, like the guy put his fucking car on top of Hamilton's head to make a point.
Yeah.
You will get the same kind of stuff on either Norris or Piastri. Likelihood is probably Piastri. but it will probably just show people, no, this isn't Hamilton. This is an actual Max thing.
I know that
we'll see a lot of that this year.
I know the track was tricky, and it's always the case of the first car on the road is the guinea pig. But when both McLarens went on, I just had this feeling that they've got mistakes in them, because I think one of you just said who stayed on the track on that corner. You saw McLarens both skidding in unison. Who come round that corner when it was pissing raining? Who stayed on the track in third? Max. Have Lando and Piastri got enough about them to win the title? Because
I do. I think that was just, especially for Norris, because Norris is nervous with the rain.
Yeah.
And it goes from dry, slicks back to wets, and that is mainly because of that time at Silverstone where there was like, no, gamble it, and he really shouldn't have. So I think he's always got that little bit of nerve, and I mean, I had a knee-jerk reaction on pretty much every other driver on the track. As soon as them two span off, every single team was like box, apart from Red Bull, because they was like, no, push this, but then they pushed it too far, and that is probably why Max didn't win the race in the end, because they stayed out on the slicks for one lap too many.
2 points to that. Was that what we've touched on already, and that was an early sign of it? They're too busy fighting each other and thinking about each other, and that's why they ran off. It again could be overthinking this. It could have been just it rained there.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'd also like to say, Anna made a very good point last week, and again, this could have come true here in this scenario. That are they thinking about Max? Are they always thinking about Max? Anna said it last week. Are they always think, well, where's Max? How far's Max away? What tyres is Max on? Max is always in the back of their head.
Yeah.
And that is only going to play mind games.
I don't know, because we're basing that on what we're being shown. I mean, we always say Drive to Survive is very good at making a story out of nothing. Like the point I made last week, where it's like, here's Max looking really unhappy because he's been beaten at Miami, but he's wearing a hat that says fucking Zandvoort, and it's like, well, no. So maybe I don't know. Next couple of races will tell it all.
Oh, definitely.
And then we'll have a better idea where we're going to be going. So, current standings, gentlemen and gentlemen. Lando Norris is in the lead with 25 points, followed by Max Verstappen with 18 points, and George Russell in 15 points. Then you've got Antonelli with 12 points, Albon 10 points, Lance Stroll, fucking believe it or not, with 8 points.
Yeah.
Wow. 6, Charles Leclerc 4, Oscar Piastri 2, Lewis Hamilton 1, and then 10 other drivers that you wouldn't normally want to fucking talk about apart from Yuki Tsunoda.
Nice.
Here comes the constructors. McLaren with 27 points. Mercedes with 27 points. Red Bull 18 points. Williams 10 points. Aston Martin 8. Kick Sauber 6. Ferrari 5. And that is it points-wise.
I think just a few last points. Bortoletto, decent drive, proved that he's F2 champion.
Yeah.
Other notable points, Stroll somehow got there. The rain, could have thrown the bag and mixed it all up. We've spoke about Antonelli, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to say in the race, really. Doohan, disappointing on his first race and his home race. Nothing else I can think of. Aston Martin did surprise me a bit. I thought they were going to be dog shit, and actually they weren't too bad. But Alonso's been very, very, very vague in his answers in questions. So, don't know. Really don't know about them at the minute.
No.
It's going to be fun.
Yep.
So, gentlemen and gentlemen. Mark, you went Piastri, Hamilton, Norris. You got fuck all. Nil point.
Nil point.
I went Norris, Piastri, Max. Through the majority of that race, I thought I'd got the big 7. Unfortunately, didn't. I got 3 points for Norris. Tony went Norris, Piastri, Russell.
Got lucky.
4 points, so he has a narrow lead. Now, we didn't do the ladies.
We didn't.
Well, I got Beth's picks Friday morning.
Okay.
Oh,
And they meant absolutely fuck all because she got 0 anyway.
Oh, that's all right, because I never got Charlie, so I'm not giving her a start.
Okay.
I mean, she did go Hamilton, Norris, Sainz.
She deserves everything she gets. 0 points.
So Anna, as a guest, went Max, Piastri, Hamilton, got nil point.
Yep.
And Dean went Leclerc, Max, Piastri, getting 2 points.
Yeah.
Dean said Lando had bottled the start.
But it didn't. It didn't.
So is that
they
a
should
deduction?
lose them 2 points. Because it Gone. So,
Gone.
James, your host. Who?
Who's Dean?
Dean.
Keith.
Keith.
Gavin.
Paul.
Gavin. Yeah, Gavin and Barb. Barbara's husband.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah. Sorry, Dean and Anna. I like how I apologise about that, but all the comments I made at the start of this half of this podcast, not a single apology.
Nope.
What?
No one's. Nope.
Of what? What? This part, I apologise. It was some of the comments were horrific.
Come on, James. Predictions. What's your predictions?
You know that. So I went Norris for the win,
Okay.
Piastri second, and Max third.
That looks very familiar.
I already said I'm not changing my predictions.
That is true.
Did give a spoiler in the first half.
You did.
Who's going next?
Mark.
Well, you might as well copy our predictions, James, because I went Norris, Piastri, Max.
See? Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
T-Dog?
I have gone with the same, but I don't want to for pure entertainment.
I mean, it'd be very clever.
It would be very clever.
I honestly do think that'll be the result. Yeah, because Piastri won't fuck up this time. Lando, the McLarens are so far ahead.
Okay.
Part of me wants to say Max is going to win, but that I'm dreaming because the McLarens are so much quicker. So I'm going to just go with the same. Sorry, I'm really sorry.
So, you know what? I might as well just.
Norris, Piastri, Max. I mean, I did have Piastri first, but I just can't bring myself to do it because I think Norris is going to do it.
I mean, Tony's just going to do this all fucking season now. Just
Yes. No.
Do you know what?
We learned that after season fucking 2, was it? We're never doing that again, and that fiasco.
We're running short on time. Charlie's predictions are Norris to win, Piastri second, Russell third.
Okay.
Do we have Bethany's?
No, we don't. Stupidly, I've literally reminded her now, so she's got about 30 seconds to. I'll shout her as well.
I'm going to swap, man. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to go Piastri, Norris, Max.
Beth is typing now, so if you want to do the outro, it's that she's.
So, very quickly, this is the episode done. Hopefully, I will be here next week. Who knows? Massive thanks to Mark and Tony, as always, you sexy bastards. Massive thanks to Andy and the rest of the Cookie Cast. I can't speak for the rest of the Cookie Cast, but Andy, you are a sexy bastard as well. But that is down to the beard. And here are Beth's predictions.
Oscar Charles Lewis. 0 points. I'll see you on the next one.
See you later.
There we go. What do you think to that? Another one done, another one gone, another race gone, but another one to look forward to. Big thank you to the guys. Big thank you to you for listening. Big thank you to you for being here. Before you leave, let these guys know how much you love their podcast by like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those wonderful things. Check out the website, thecookiecast.com. There we've got social media links and an email button. And that way you can get in touch with these guys, you can get in touch with us guys, you can get in touch with anybody, anyone you want. That is it for this one. Tune in next time when these guys will be talking about the race that's gone and another race to come. Phew. Fantastic stuff. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.
Thanks for listening. If you like this episode of CookieCast, please like, share and subscribe.